Alright, holy shit. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, and guess what I just saw? You don't have to guess because you already seen the title of this video, but I finally saw Lords of Chaos. Unfortunately, it wasn't in a theater near me. The closest one, I think, was in Toronto, and I don't have a vehicle, and I don't have someone that's just going to lend me their vehicle on a whim, so I never got to Toronto. I didn't get to see the very short viewing of Lords of Chaos. I was wanting to wait around until I could get a DVD copy to see it, or just wait and see if it came out on Netflix. But the wife wanted to see it, and she kind of searched online for a stream of it somewhere, and we just said fuck it, and we watched it. What's today? Saturday? So last night, I guess. Why does it seem longer than that? But so I seen it last night. My general verdict of it was a good film. Like production wise, it was good. Jonas Ackerland did a really well job of directing it, and the story was pretty much how I assumed it was going to be, based on the facts I already knew, or facts and lies I already knew from the As the Light Takes Us documentary, which is awesome that I got on DVD because I'm probably going to watch that again soon after seeing this movie. Very inspirational. So they do take some liberties with some of the plot and actual things that happened. Obviously, I don't fucking live in Norway, and I was nowhere near Oslo and Bergen in the early 90s. I was fucking 5 years old during that time, so obviously I don't know what really went on, and I guess the only one that could really tell you what went on would be Blackthorn, Varg, Faust, maybe Fenris, and I guess maybe Maniac and maybe Necro Butcher. So only those people really know what the fuck went on. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is it seemed like it was a little far-fetched here and there. It seemed like some of it was a little exaggerated, and some parts were added in just for mainstream viewers' entertainment. There seemed to be a little bit more satire to some of the things that happened than what would have really gone down. I think if they had have made the movie in a manner that was super duper, correct and aligned with the actual events as much as people know about them, it would have been maybe a little slow and a little dry. But I think it might be able to be possible to make a movie that was a little bit more correct, a little bit more serious, a little bit more darker toned. I mean, it did get dark here and there. There's some parts that are just like, holy shit, intense. Like the amount of times that, spoilers by the way, if you're worried about that, but the amount of times that Faust fucking stabbed that gay guy in the woods there was ridiculous. The amount of times that they made Varg stab Euronymous was a bit ridiculous. It was just like, okay, yeah, he stabbed. You stabbed him. Okay, he's going to die. You can stop stabbing him now. Holy fuck. like, holy. But, it seemed for example, there's a part in there where Euronymous is bitching about how many bitches that Varg is getting. He's like, man, how does a guy even fuck that many chicks at once, or in a row, or whatever? And I'm just like, that, I wasn't there, but that never happened. I guarantee you that never happened. If you're in black metal and you're getting that many bitches or chicks, however you want to, describe that, I don't really subscribe to the bitches mentality because I don't like calling women bitches unless they're being bitchy, and even then it's kind of tasteless. But yeah, if you're into black metal, you're not going to be getting that many chicks or groupies. And even Euronymous kind of said, we don't want groupies. That's not a thing that we're trying to get. We're trying to be dark and brutal and mysterious and kind of like evil, and we don't subscribe to that kind of rock star mentality. And yeah, so I don't really believe that really went on. I mean, I think I've heard that Varg, like real life Varg, has said that Euronymous didn't have a girlfriend, that Emily or Emile or whatever her name was, I don't remember, whatever the fuck, I don't care what her name was, chick didn't actually exist. That chick that took pictures of them, like band photos, didn't exist. And if she did, she wasn't in a position that was any sort of relations to Euronymous in that, intimate manner. So whatever, that seemed to be injected into the film for, sex, drugs, and rock and roll purposes. I mean, whatever. I mean, I get that you're trying to sell a movie and you're trying to make money and have some entertaining, typical rock and roll shit in there. So it's to be expected, I guess. Didn't really bother me all that much. It was kind of like, this probably didn't happen. I'm entertained, so whatever. And then the satirical part, some of the ways that they kind of made the teenagers act. I mean, that's another thing too. Teenagers, I don't know if you remember being a teenager. If you are one right now and you're watching this video, maybe you'll relate. But I'm 33, so being a teenager was at least 12 or 13 years ago for me. And yeah, teenagers acted really weird, really cringy sometimes, and just overactive and hyper and dramatic. So the teenagers in this movie being represented like that isn't really far off from the truth. So I didn't feel like too offended or too off-put by that. I'm like, yeah, teenagers act fucking weird sometimes. So semi-accurate, not a problem. Now the acting, the actual acting and performance of the characters by like Euronymous and Varg and a couple of the offshoot characters could have been better here and there. Whatever. I mean, Rory Culkin isn't like a super duper A-list actor, and like he's not going to be winning any Oscars. The guy that played Varg from what I know, isn't an A-lister and is kind of just a no-name actor basically. And by no-name, I mean he's not featured in anything that's like has a big name ascribed to it. So I mean, what do you expect with a no-name actor? What do you expect with a bunch of no-name actors, basically, for your cast, minus Rory Culkin? And even the guy that played Dead, Jack Kilmer, what the fuck was the last thing you remember Jack Kilmer in? So, I think my point is, if you're going to bitch about the acting in this, you're really trying to find something to nitpick, because it's filled with a bunch of no-name actors. These people are just kind of coming up on their acting career, and you're not going to get grade A, amazing Academy Award winning acting. So get over it, I guess, is my, point here. Because if you can get over that, it was a good movie. Like, it was well shot, well produced. The story was obviously hyped and exaggerated to make some money and for mainstream audiences to enjoy, because it's not a documentary, and I knew that going into it. So if you know it's not a documentary, if you know you're not getting A-list actors, I don't think there's anything to complain about with this film. I've heard some people say they hate Varg's laugh in this film. I'm like, yeah, at times he kind of sounds like Peter Griffin while he's like burning churches and shit. But once again, I feel like that's just another nitpick. I feel that any of the major shade or any of the major critiques for this film is just people trying to find something negative to say about it. I find it's just metal or black metal elitists taking a dump on it for the sake of staying true. And that whole mentality about staying true and cult, if you watch this movie and you take it, with any sort of sincerity as a representation of what Euronymous was like if it's anywhere close to what Euronymous was actually like, then you shouldn't take the true cult underground evil thing seriously then, because Euronymous didn't, according to this film. Well, and I'm pretty sure, like, the real life Varg kind of ascertains that. I don't know if that's the right word. Ascertains? Google that really quick for me. But I don't think the real life Varg even says that Euronymous took it too seriously. And from what the movie is saying, once again, I'm aware that's based on, maybe some lies, maybe some fictitious stuff. But once again, based on what the movie is saying, Euronymous didn't take it seriously either. He kind of took it seriously to the point that it would let the mainstream audience or people who view them or see them seem like they're evil. It would make them seem like they're underground and dark and mysterious and something to have a lure to them so that they would make sales. Because it seems like he was only interested in getting infamous. He didn't want popularity. He didn't want groupies. He didn't want what, the beer drinking, death metal, having fun life metal bands are having. He wanted something a little more darker, a little more edgy, a little bit less glamorized and limelighty, but he still wanted a level of infamy. He wanted people to know about him, but not because everyone loved Mayhem. He wanted the underground to love Mayhem and kind of see them as like underground metal gods and kind of worship them for being infamous and dark and whatever. So, with that in mind, you gotta look at the whole true cult scene as a bit of a joke, as a bit of a contradiction, especially now with this coming to light, especially with more people realizing that even the guy who fucking made the genre, according to Euronymous, he apparently made the genre because he made up a riff that's frequently used in black metal. I don't know. Maybe there's someone else that made it before him. Whatever. But according to him, according to the movie, he made black metal a genre. So even to the guy that made black metal, he didn't take it seriously. He only took it seriously to the level of he didn't really believe in being evil and dark and murderous and burning down churches and that. He just wanted the image. He just wanted to look evil. He just wanted to look dark and mysterious so that he could sell records and make some money and be infamous. So it kind of pops that little true cult bubble, if you ask me. I never bought into the whole true cult thing when it came to black metal. I enjoyed listening to it. I enjoy rare things. Like, the more rare it is and the more unobtainable it is, it's kind of like, ooh, I want that. Because I have a hard time getting said thing or acquiring said thing that I enjoy. So it gives it a little bit more of an allure. It gives it the chase value. You got to chase that shit to get it. So that's cool. I enjoy that. But I never believed that, doing tours is for mainstream pussies or sellouts or anything like that. I don't believe making merch is for sellouts or pussies. You're in the music business. And there you go. You're having fun writing stuff and selling stuff and being part of the music community and doing whatever, but that doesn't make you a poser. That just makes you kind of a bit of an entrepreneur. It makes you an entrepreneur. It makes you someone who enjoys what you do, but want to make some money and a living from your hard work. Not everyone has that kind of creativity. Not anyone can just pick up a guitar, record it, do some vocals, do some drums. Not everyone has those abilities. And if you're good at something, never do it for free. I know that's kind of a fucking Dark Knight reference, but it's true. If you're really good at something that no one else is at, why would you do it for free? Why would you want to just be like, yeah, I put in all that effort for it, but I don't want to be compensated. I'm good. I'm willing to slave away for nothing. So, yeah, that kind of pops a hole in that. So anyways, I kind of got on a fucking tangent there. I think a well-deserved tangent, but a tangent nonetheless, obviously. Now let's talk about something else. I don't want this to get too long because no one's going to sit here and listen to me ramble forever. But let's talk about the whole Euronymous and Varg thing. Now, once again, assuming that this isn't 100% complete bullshit, and that most of the information surrounding this is true, based on watching this movie, based on watching Until the Light Takes Us, based on listening to what Varg has to say, because he's the only one that's actively talking about it. I don't know. This movie kind of solidifies even more so my stance of kind of supporting Varg's situation. Like, Euronymous seems to be like a giant dick. He seems to be kind of self-aggrandizing. He seems to be taking credit for everything that everyone else was doing so that he can lavish that infamy onto Mayhem and his band. And if that's even remotely true, then honestly, fuck Euronymous, because that's bullshit. Everyone deserves equal credit for the things that they do and bring to the table in a band, or other bands for the group of said people, like the bands that were involved in the Black Circle. If they brought something to the table and Euronymous took credit for it, that is horseshit. So fuck Euronymous for that. Now the whole thing where Varg like is evil and straight up murdered the guy, I don't think so. Like, you don't stab someone, over 20 times in self-defense. No kidding. But from the way things were, Euronymous had the means to kill Varg. So he had the weapons, he had the taser, he had whatever. He had the clout and the muscle behind it, so he could tell someone, or more than a couple someones in the Black Circle, to help him capture Varg, take him out into the woods, and do what he said he wanted to do to him. So he had the means, he had the muscle and the clout, and there was already an animosity between the two. So from Varg's perspective, someone who was jealous of him said to someone that he wants to kill him and do this and that to him, and had the means to do it. So Varg obviously isn't an idiot. He's not going to wait around for this guy to do what he was going to do to him. He's like, well, it's either me or him. If I wait around, I could potentially end up in a situation where I am tortured and killed and put on film. Like, that's even more shameful, to be filmed being killed and captured and whatever. So, like, and if they did it, the Black Circle did it, they might have not have been, captured. They might have not have been found out. He could have had this happen to him, and they could have got away with it. So from Varg's point of view, it's like, it's either me or it's him. So, I mean, the only thing I could see is calling the police and letting them know that this person has told people that he's planning to kill you, and be like, so like, it's like, that's one of the options. Call the police and let them know what's going on so this doesn't happen to you. But Varg was in a situation where you can't call the police, because Varg has already burnt down churches, and he's already been involved in all this shit, and he's already kind of been like, he already got dragged to the courthouse and already kind of like fingered for these things that are happening. So he doesn't really have the police's best view for himself. So he's kind of already on the fuck this kid list with the police. So he can't call the police, and he can't wait around to be captured and killed. So what the fuck is he supposed to do? Like, if I was in that situation and I was 17, the only option to do is run. And he doesn't seem like a runner. And he shouldn't have to run. He's a musician. He's got his own shit going on. So, I don't know. I don't see any other options for him except to kill the person that's trying to kill him. So, I don't know. Throw your thoughts on this in the comment section below. What options did Varg really have? To call the police or run? Doesn't seem like an option to me. Maybe you think it was an option. Throw it in the comment section below. I think it was an either him versus him situation. It's like, either Varg's going to die or Euronymous is going to die. Now, in the film, once again, spoilers, Euronymous says, I wasn't going to do it. You know me. I'm full of shit. I only talk about doing things. I don't actually do them. But maybe he decides that Varg's too dangerous to keep around. Maybe he can't be allowed to live. So maybe he's talked some shit in the past and didn't follow through, but maybe this time he will. When it comes to your life, do you really want to take the chance? I don't know. It seems like a bit more than just a coin toss to me. So, unfortunately, I think Varg was left with no options. And when you're that young and that shit is going on, like, I don't know. Now the only thing that I'm gonna end this video with is my view on Varg's view that may or may not exist. I've had some people tell me that he's racist, he's neo-Nazi, he's this and that scum, but I haven't seen anything that links him to any racism yet. But I also haven't gone like in search for it. It's not something I spend my time on looking to see if people are racist. I don't spend my time looking to see if they have connections to neo-Nazism. That's like an Antifa thing to do, because that's what their hobbies are, is witch hunting. So I haven't looked into it. I don't know. Maybe Varg has a couple of videos where he has a Nazi flag behind him or something. Maybe he has some like old manuscripts where he's like hailing Hitler or promoting like genocide of a specific race or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he does. If he does, I don't support that. I don't support racism or any ism, sexism, homophobia, this, that, and the other thing. I'm an egalitarian. I believe in equality for all people, whatever race, gender, identity you have. I just don't care. I don't give a fuck what someone is, as long as they're not negatively affecting my life. So do what you will, as long as it doesn't harm other people, is kind of my thoughts. So I don't support that kind of thing, and it's not my thing. So if he is that way or believes that way, I don't share those beliefs. But when it comes to the whole like Varg versus Euronymous thing, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to be Team Varg, because he seems to be the one that was in the right, I guess. I don't know. The church burnings and everything like that is a whole different topic, and I'm not going to get into this video. But my overall thoughts on the Lords of Chaos movie was it was a good movie. It was entertaining. It was a little bit more satirical than I would like. I mean, they made the characters a little bit too cartoony at times, but I generally liked it. I liked the Mayhem performances. I liked the music that they included in it. The sense of humor that they injected into some scenes, I think I enjoyed. You know, there's boobies. If you're into like, you know, seeing movies with nude chicks or topless chicks, there's that in it. So, hey, if you're a single dude, there you go. There's some, you know, fucking spank bank material, whatever the fuck. But overall, good movie. I'm probably going to be getting it on DVD, so there's that. Maybe it'll have some cool bonus features on a Blu-ray. I don't know. If we even get distribution, because I know Canada still hasn't got that Hellfest movie yet, and the US has got copies, so that'd be nice. If we could get copies of Hellfest up here, you know, whoever distributes those, get some up to Canada, because I don't plan on paying like $38 to have Amazon ship me a copy. And I've seen that Metal Viking 82 has a copy of Hellfest. You lucky prick. That's cool, man. Hope you enjoy it, because we're not going to get to, and I know my wife is dying to see it. So I'm hoping that Lords of Chaos gets distribution in Canada and whatever, so I can own a physical copy, because I'm about those physical copies. Anyways, that's it. That's my thoughts. Let me know if you think I missed anything or didn't touch on a certain subject on the film that you know, think that I should have maybe talked about a little bit more. Maybe I'll do another Lords of Chaos sidebar video if I get enough comments saying, "Oh, you missed talking about this," or or I want to hear what your thoughts are on this part of the movie was. Maybe I'll collect a bunch of those and do like review part 2 sidebar topics. But yeah, hopefully you respect what I have to say about it. If you don't, I'm probably going to hear about it in the comments section, but whatever. That's what being a YouTuber is, right? Gotta take the good with the bad. So, you know, give me some thumbs up if you enjoyed my opinion on this. Thumb it down if you think I'm a poser. And, you know, want me to stop making fucking YouTube videos or whatever. I appreciate all your views, whether you're a supporter or a hater. Every view matters to me. So, thanks a bunch. Keep listening to, you know, fucking metal, stay brutal, and all that dumb shit that everyone ends their videos with. Anyways, have a good one. For glory, for the rebellion. Slammer out.